For a club of Barcelona's stature and rich history, when it rains, it doesn't just rain, it pours. Ever since the club's financial issues were first reported, every picture that's been painted is as bleak as you could imagine. The Spanish giants have already lost the services of Lionel Messi and have been forced to be a little smarter than before in pursuit of their targets. It's a back to the drawing board situation for the Catalan giants, who've been forced to turn back to their fabled La Masia Academy in order to find some hidden gems. A lot of young players are being given chances, so one can hope that the club's long-term future is in good hands. However, the club still has a problem when it comes to dealing with its younger players, since they can't offer these prospects the sort of wages that the other big sides in Europe can. So today, we'll talk about some of these players who could end up signing long-term deals at Camp Nou, but might have their heads turned if lucrative offers arrive. Meanwhile, AC Milan are resigned to losing a very important member of the starting 11, and it doesn't look good for the Rossoneri, who might struggle to find a suitable replacement next year. At the same time, AS Monaco are resigned to losing their star midfielder Aurélien Chuameni, but won't be lowballed into selling the 21-year-old. Manchester City need a recognised striker and could meet with Erling Haaland's representatives in the upcoming transfer window in order to discuss a potential move to the Etihad. We've got tons of things to discuss, so you know the drill. Subscribe, hit the bell icon, and let your friends know about us. Nico Barela is an undisputed starter for Inter Milan, and the midfielder feels at home there. However, he still hasn't signed a new deal at the San Siro. Last summer, Paris Saint-Germain were eager to land a midfielder before moving for Lionel Messi. Landing Paul Pogba was also a priority, and might still be, as the Frenchman continues to wind down his contract at Man United. There's a feeling that PSG abandoned the pursuit of a midfielder following Messi's arrival, but in all fairness, the task was only postponed. The Parisians are eager to strengthen their midfield and have been monitoring Nico Barela for quite some time. The former Cagliari man is not too eager to leave his current team yet, but the current extension talk has dragged on for far too long. He currently makes €2.5 million a year, and Inter have offered him double the salary in the deal. However, the Euro 2020 winner wants at least €6 million per season. The Nerazzurri don't have the financial strength to do that right now, which could hand the advantage to PSG, who are in a position to offer Barela a lucrative long-term deal. Atletico Madrid also seem to be interested, and they've proven that they know how to pull out a big check to overtake their more upscale rivals. Inter should be worried. The Ivorian has so far refused to extend his contract with the Rossoneri after being courted by the likes of PSG and Manchester United. However, the former Atalanta man might even do a Hakan Çalhanoğlu by crossing the Milan divide to join Inter Milan. The next few weeks for Milan are going to be decisive as the Italian giants decide whether or not to extend the expiring contracts of some of their players. Among those players is Kessie, who's been offered a new contract with an annual salary of €6 million. However, the player is not signing the terms, as he wants at least €8 million a year. And after losing the likes of Gianluigi Donnarumma and Hakan Çalhanoğlu for nothing in the summer, Milan are resigned to losing Kessie, who's been attracting interest from England and France. However, Milan might receive an olive branch from their bitter rivals Internazionale, who are also interested in the Ivorian but are also willing to do a possible player exchange. The player the reigning Italian champions are willing to dispense is Marcelo Brozovic, who's also refusing to sign a new deal. But that could all change because Kessie's reportedly not interested in staying in Italy and wants to test himself in a new league. The 24-year-old recently admitted to wanting to play in the Premier League someday, and with Manchester United lurking around, a move to Old Trafford might happen, given the midfield problems that the Red Devils have. At the age of 21, Aurélien Chuameni is slowly becoming a household name. His performances with AS Monaco and the French national team have attracted the interest of a host of European sides. The 21-year-old embodies not only the present but also the future of French football, and as often, the player of Ligue 1 in full bloom are always in high demand in England. According to several French outlets, the likes of Liverpool, Chelsea and Manchester United are closely monitoring the player's performances and could make their move next summer. This week, the midfielder even made the front page of Spanish daily Marca, where a move to Real Madrid was being reported. However, a move to Spain is only one of many possibilities. The youngster was purchased from Bordeaux for €18 million in 2018, and the prospect of a significant capital gain next June is real. In the meantime, some are already comparing him to Paul Pogba. His former coach at Bordeaux, Eric Bedouet, says that Chuameni is as powerful as the Manchester United man and is very comfortable and confident on the ball. So, where will Chuameni go next summer? Sound off in the comments. Where will Erling Haaland play next season? No one knows the answer to this given the heightened interest in the Norwegian striker's signature. It's not only the Kylian Mbappe soap opera that will dominate headlines in the next few months. The future of Haaland will also be at the heart of those debates. The 21-year-old's contract with Borussia Dortmund does not expire until June 2024, but the Norwegian has a clause that will allow him to leave Signal Iduna Park next year if a suitor shows up with a cheque between 75 and 100 million euros. PSG are already setting wheels in motion given the good relations between sporting director Leonardo and the player's agent Mino Raiola, but then there are other competitors in the running too. Chelsea were interested last summer but ended up signing Romelu Lukaku. Real Madrid have been following Haaland closely, and Manchester United are also in need of a striker who knows his way to goal. Erling Haaland's father played for Manchester City, and that's a connection that hasn't gone unnoticed. The citizens actively pursued Harry Kane last summer after losing Sergio Aguero. However, the England international has stayed at Tottenham. Therefore, Pep Guardiola is keen on making his move for Haaland, with reports claiming that the player's entourage will be meeting with City management this January to discuss a potential transfer to the Etihad. A technical aspect of this move will be German sports giant Puma's keenness to sign Haaland. The feline brand has an association with Manchester City until June 2029 and is also keen on signing Haaland as its brand ambassador. If that happens, Puma will be willing to sponsor a major chunk of the player's transfer fee. But if it happens, don't be surprised to see Haaland following in his father's footsteps. Let's be honest here, it's no longer easy for a team to hold on to star prospects if it isn't able to offer them a lucrative deal. There's always a club that's in a better financial position to whisk away a talented player. For instance, Ilaix Moriba was considered a hot prospect, and it was being said that the youngster would feature more in Barcelona's senior team. However, the young midfielder had his head turned by RB Leipzig, who offered him better terms than the Catalan giants, and he eventually left them. Now, Barca are in a similar predicament with regards to two of its greatest hopes, Ansu Fati and Pedri. The president, Joan Laporta, revealed that the club is working on renewals for both players and is hopeful that things will work out. However, it isn't as straightforward as one would imagine. Blaugrana's financial issues are so bad that they simply can't offer lucrative deals to its younger players. It's imperative for the Spanish giants to tie down their most prized assets to long-term deals in order to ensure future success. And while retaining Fati and Pedri for several years is crucial, they won't be offered wages that players of similar levels at other clubs are enjoying. And though the club's senior management says that talks are progressing well, we can't escape the fact that both players have not put pen to paper yet. This could be a major concern since both players are receiving admiring glances from Europe, with Bayern Munich reportedly interested in signing Fati and Pedri being watched by the biggest sides in the Premier League. Barcelona are aware that they can't afford to waste any time, and they're pushing to cross the finishing line. The terms offered will see both Fati and Pedri earn more than what they're earning right now, but not enough to justify their talents. This means that there's always the possibility of an interested club willing to make its move and try to change the game. The futures of the likes of Ronald Araujo and Gavi also hinge on Pedri and Fati's extensions. Araujo's current deal expires in June 2023, but Gavi can be prized away for as little as €50 million, which is an amount that any European giant could cough up without any trouble. The upcoming weeks are going to be very important for Barcelona, because if they're unable to convince their best young players to sign new deals, they're simply allowing their rivals to swoop in and take away the best chance that the club has of having a better future.